Hello everyone and welcome to this Prana Stretch Yin Yoga class. In this video, I'll guide you through a full body sequence of relaxing poses specifically designed to relieve tension while also cultivating the body's subtle energies. Welcome back to Devi Daily Yoga and welcome back to the Yin Yoga Challenge. This is day number 4. You won't need any props today. Just go ahead and roll out your mat and our practice will begin right now. We're going to begin in tadpole, so please come onto hands and knees. And we'll take the knees as wide as the mat and the feet together and begin to settle the hips back. You have lots of options here if you'd like to take your knees wider or narrower. We want to feel a stretch in the inner thighs and the inner groins, and so we might stay on the elbows or rest the head on the forearms or come into something that looks a little more like a child's pose. There's also options to rest your chest and head on a bolster or use blocks to support your chest and head. Your knees could certainly come wider than your mat, and you could turn sideways on your mat if that makes things more comfortable on your knees. We'll settle in here for a nice long and gentle stretch. Take a breath into the back body and exhale, soften the pelvis down and feel this stretch of the inner groin area, the front of the pelvis, the front of the thighs. As we tune into our inner energy today, the prana that circulates inside of our bodies, we can particularly attune to this with this tadpole pose for this line of energy in the central channel of the body. Allow the rhythm of your breath to become more and more calm and settled with each passing moment in this pose. And slowly now rise up from tadpole, draw the knees together and come forward onto hands and knees, taking some gentle leg extensions. We'll extend the right leg back behind the body, energize the leg, press back through the heel, toes point down, and see if you can feel a little back bend in your upper body, shoulders back. And now, if optionally, take your left arm forward for a sunbird pose. And let's take hand and knee down to the ground. Left leg extends up and back. Flex the foot, energize the leg. Feel this contrast between the relaxation of frog and this more energizing sunbird option to take right arm forward. Inhale and release as you exhale. Finding our way now into dragon pose with the left leg forward. Option to use yoga blocks under your hands if you have them. Then consider lifting your gaze, lifting your torso a little higher, and softening down through your hip and thigh. And find a steady breath as your pelvis relaxes into this shape. And now we'll shift this posture into a hamstring stretch by taking the hips back into this runner's stretch or this half Hanumanasana. Draw the left toes back toward you and settling now over the leg. Let your head, your shoulders, and your spine relax. Continue with your steady, even breaths. Gently and slowly shift to the lunge once again, and we'll make our way into gecko. Both hands on the inside of the foot, and walk the left foot out to a comfortable position, or you might like keeping it close to the hands. That's an adjustment that's up to you. You'll be have a little easier time getting down on the elbows if you want to go there by taking the leg out to the side. You can use your blocks under your elbows if you're using them. And we'll let the left knee open out to the side if that feels good, or just keep the knee straight up if that feels better. Settling into your gecko pose today, remembering you can stay up on straight arms if resting down on the elbows isn't happening for you today, or if it just doesn't feel good. Allow the leg that's in the back to relax, and allow the sacrum to relax and soften into the whole pelvic bowl. And slowly release. Come up, hands on either side of the foot, tuck the back toes under, step back to downward dog. Bend the knees one at a time. Walk the legs out. Sway the hips side to side. Feel the difference between the right and the left sides. Good, and now let's drop the knees and take it into dragon on the second side. So I'm going to use my blocks on this second side. We're going to have more use of yoga blocks as this program goes on. So if you don't already have them, I encourage you to get some, but you don't need them for today's practice. It's just optional. Hands on either side of the foot. Settle into your dragon pose, stretching into the front of your left thigh. Your blocks can be at whatever height serves you. I usually like them at the highest height. And as you continue to soften here, can you feel your leg relaxing? Can you feel the stretch, the gentle back bend in the left side of your spine and sacrum? And slowly shift your hips back now into half split. Hands on the floor, or if you're using your blocks, you can keep them under your hands. Draw the right toes back towards you and begin to feel this wonderful stretch in the back of the right thigh. Find your steady breath and settle and relax into this shape now. To release, we'll slowly bend the front knee, return to dragon, and make our way into gecko. Hands on the inside of the foot, resting elbows down on the floor or on blocks, or optionally keeping arms straight. This right foot walking out to the edge, unless you want to keep it closer in, and the knee can open out to the side if that helps you feel more in this pose. Allow yourself to surrender into this shape and into simply being here right now. And slowly come back up from gecko and step both legs back. Make your way back into downward dog. And in downward dog, walk the legs, bend one knee at a time. And drop the knees now and come into child's pose. Sometimes we can feel quite a bit of energy moving through the torso and the hips and the lower back after dragon poses. And we'll now slowly make our way back up and into a seated position for square pose. A cushion can be used under your seat if you'd like. We're gonna either take the right foot in front of the left so that the shins are just kind of crossed in an X like this, or right foot on top of the left knee. If that's too much for you, your knee here will probably tell you, and that's a sign to just keep it down on the floor. And we come forward in whichever leg position you've chosen. You'll make your way forward. You could use blocks or props under your forearms or under your forehead. And if neither variation feels good for you, your other choice is to take figure 4, which we've done, which is a very similar range of motion, a very similar target area. The target area is the glutes, the right buttock. So wherever you are, whatever variation of the pose your body has eased its way into, let's find this place of ease, this place of being able to breathe easily. This gentle edge. Slowly come up from first side of square. Let's find the second side, left ankle on top of the right knee or on the floor with the shins crossed, or you're on your back with left ankle over the right knee in figure 4. And we come forward. And we acknowledge where there might be resistance, where there might be difficulty, and we find out with an inquiry whether this is a physical resistance or if this is more of a mental resistance, sometimes even an emotional resistance. And we never want to hold long yin poses through physical pain, but sometimes our resistance is really more of a mental construct and it's not physical pain. So we navigate these edges. And this is our way of touching deeper within, of awakening to ourselves. Slowly come back up now and lean back on your hands. Let your legs extend long down the long way of the mat, hands behind you on the floor. We're gonna take an upward facing plank pose. Hips lift up toward the sky, head comes back. Engage the glutes, engage the muscles of the back body to maybe lift a little higher and release your hips back down. Let's come all the way over the legs now into a wonderful caterpillar pose. Hands on the shins or the ankles or the feet. Settle into this position of the whole back of the body stretching from the heels up the entire backs of the legs and up and over backs of the hips, lower spine, upper spine, and even the neck and the back of the skull. Slowly come back up now and come all the way onto your back for your final Shavasana, or come into a cross-legged position and join me for a seated meditation. And feel free to use a cushion under your seat. Settle into your place of center. Body resting, spine resting. And can you take the energy, the chi that is swirling throughout your body? And the yogis call this energy prana. Can you take this prana and pull it into your central channel, into your spine? And as we rest with this prana, we'll hear the words of Sutra number 5 from the Radiance Sutras. Follow the path of the life force as she flashes upward like lightning through your body. Attend simultaneously to the perineum, that bright place between the legs, up to the crown of the skull, and to that shining star place above the head. Notice this living current becoming ever more subtle as she rises, radiant as the morning sun, until she streams outward from the top of the head into all-embracing gratitude. Thus become intimate with the life of all beings. End of sutra. Welcoming a full breath into the lungs. Full exhale, empty the lungs. And place your palms together in front of your heart. Feel the energy at this heart center place. And we'll join our voices to chant Om 3 times. Take an inhaling breath. And taking this peaceful vibration into the rest of your day. That is our practice for today. Namaste. I hope you feel amazingly peaceful and satisfied after this practice. If you feel you need to rest in stillness and quiet for a little longer, you might pause the video at this point. I want to thank you for practicing with Devi Daily Yoga. Be sure to move slowly and gently into the next part of your day. And if you liked this video, please hit the thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, where I have over 200 Yin Yoga videos organized into helpful playlists. And if you're serious about deepening your knowledge of Yin Yoga, you might check out my online Yin Yoga teacher certification program. Also, if you're interested in finding the best props for Yin Yoga, in the description box you can also find my recommendations for my favorite bolsters, yoga blocks, and more. This class has been part of the 30-day Yin Yoga Challenge, and if you haven't signed up for the challenge, you can sign up at challenge.devidaily.com. Starting on the day you sign up, you'll get daily emails with a direct link to the video of the day to help keep you on track with the program. And you'll also immediately receive a calendar along with a PDF guide for the program and a posture gallery. So I look forward to seeing you in the next one, and until then, I hope the rest of your day flows beautifully.